hostel property management system built by hostel owners for hostel owners. What we've done is we build tools that allow for community-driven change in the industry. So I'm actually a hostel owner by trade, right? That's what I started as. And I got into this to solve my own problems. And I found out that a lot of hostels out there have the same problems. And yeah, so we're out there kicking it, winning. Hello. My name is Peter Hershen. Right? On the white side, right? Excellent. Okay, my name is Peter Hershen. I'm a co-founder of Hostel Pro. In my spare time, I'm a Canadian lumberjack. That's why I'm wearing these wonderful clothes. Hostel Pro is a property management system for hostels. It's built by hostel owners for hostel owners. And what we do is we believe in community-driven change, and so we've built the tools to make that happen, right? I'm actually a hostel owner by trade. I got into this to solve my own problems. And I found out that a lot of the hostels in the industry are having the exact same problems that I was, right? The biggest problems are that hostels lose 15 to 20% of their revenue to online booking agencies. I mean, that's a lot of money at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Another problem is that what exists out there in terms of property management is you can think of it as if they are 1999 websites. They're first generation, they're old school. And another big problem is that the customer data is not used effectively at all, right? So, I mean, in the age of big data, I want to know as a hostel owner what my customer wants, when he wants it, and all that kind of stuff. So the solutions that we came up with for the revenue loss is a hostel-to-hostel system. So basically what that is, it's a hostel-to-hostel guest referral system, right? P2P, B2B, H2H. Makes sense, right? And so hostels can take back that money. That's tools that hostels have. What we've done with the PMS issue is that we've crowdsourced from all the top hostels in the Baltics and around Europe, and even some in Asia, what works and what doesn't work. So we've dropped what fails, and we've improved on what wins. And then on top of that, we have statistical targeting as well. That's what we've done with the big data. Statistical targeting, so to give you a small example, what that means is we take the reviews from hostels, and we crunch those numbers, and we can tell the hostel what kind of review that guest is going to leave in a certain window, right? So the business model is that we have, it's $1 per bed per month, or in Europe, €1 per bed per month. Wandering off here. €1 per bed per month. That scales nicely for small hostels up to big hostels. If you're a small hostel, $20. If you're a big hostel, $150 a month. And we take 5% of the H2H referrals. The marketing, it's pretty standard stuff, but on top of that, we have, what we do is high status customer exposure. So the big top name hostels that we work with, for example, Naughty Squirrel, rated 4th best hostel in the world, is sort of pimping our system, as you will, right? And operations, we're moving it to Georgia for tax purposes and everything like that. All right. Where we are, so we have the system complete. We've got the website done. We've launched in the Baltics in February 2018. We did 2 months of sales, and we became, in 2 months, the top system in the Baltics. We have paying clients. And what we need to do now is move the system to Georgia and rebuild the system. Not rebuild the system, but scale it for worldwide operations, right? So the competition, on average, we're about a little less than half the cost of what the competitors are asking, and we provide twice as many features. And on top of that, we have 7 innovative, innovations that no one else has in the entire market. So it's pretty impossible. Like, for example, statistical targeting is one of them, right? H2H is another one of them. We have a motivation system because staff in a hostel, they're low-wage staff, and we have tools, sort of automated tools to help them, keep them in the game. Commission system. We have an automatic pricing system so that basically, if your occupancy, let's say, for example, as a hostel owner, I see in July that my occupancy is already reached 75%, the system will automatically raise the prices on channels for you. You don't have to sit there and micromanage. You just set the numbers, and it kicks it off for you. So like that, right? Yeah. After that, so this is our current situation. Out of the 62 hostels in the Baltics that we targeted, we have 27 of them using. We have 13 of them that we're still in the process of onboarding. And 22 of them we haven't quite managed to snag yet, so it's pretty good. Hostels they're pretty individual, right? People are completely different. So what works, let's say, for example, you have some really idiosyncratic people that might not be able to want to change or want to see the early adopters move in first, or, you know what I mean? Is he using, are they using it? There's a lot of, each person has their own individual thing, idiosyncrasy there. And in the 2 months that we've been selling, because we stopped after that because we were like, whoa, what's going on, We tripled our revenue there. So this is our current path here. In 2017, we got our angel investment. We got the MVP done, 27 customers out of 62, let's say up to 40 in 2 months. And now we're here to get a little bit of rocket fuel, right? So the market worldwide there's about 35,000 hostels worldwide. The industry grows at about 7 to 8% year over year, and about 65 to 75% of those properties use a management system, right? So there's a lot of room here for us to move in, and if we can replicate even a fraction of what we did already in the Baltics, yeah. So why we need the money? Well, to reach the next level, we need some, like I said, some rocket fuel. That's the breakdown here. We're when we were developing this software, of course we had a lot of problems and we learned a lot, right? And so that's what we're tweaking here so we can get it out into the mass market here. And the team here is pretty well-balanced, outstanding team. We're all accomplished entrepreneurs. I'm an award-winning hostel owner in Lithuania. I'm actually Canadian. And before that, in the oil industry, David Koshvarasvili, he's like a serial entrepreneur from Georgia. I think a lot of people around here know him. Tsotna Kekelia, our CTO, he's already exited successfully one startup. And then we have our big guns here, Nika Kurdiani. He's our mentor. He's the deputy CEO of TBC Bank, and so he kind of keeps us in the big picture, right? So, yeah, that's the team there, and we're ready to roll. And so that's basically it. Thank you.
Why do you decide to start this business in Georgia?
In Georgia?
Why not Lithuania? Why not?
Taxes.
Is that so?
Taxes and cost on like wages and stuff like that as well. I mean, we can pay for the same level of work, same quality of work, less money. I mean, strictly.
Any competitors in the arena of the hostels?
Sorry?
Any competition in the arena of hostels?
In the arena of hostels?
Yeah.
Like as other hostels? Yeah, there are.
Like Booking.com, whatever.
So Booking.com, so they're an online booking agency, so we don't directly compete with them. In a way, we undercut their model because we're cutting them out with our H2H system, right? When guests, because backpackers travel through hostels, right? They go from one hostel to the next. About 65% of the travelers do it that way. And so that's how if we get them into that channel, we cut out online booking agencies like Booking.com. Booking.com isn't in the management system. That's what we're doing. We're doing hostel management, right?
But there are hostel management systems out
there. There are a handful out there. I actually know some of these guys personally, actually the owners of these systems. Well, I looked to use them, and I tried them all out, and they just weren't cutting it. They just weren't working, you know what I mean?
They didn't understand.
What's the biggest objection you get from new hostels? Okay, we've been using this legacy system. You know how it is. We're used to it. Don't come here with a new system versus the old systems like Booking.com, whatever. What's your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is people generally, it's hard to get people to change, right? But what we've found is that when we actually, articulate to them the value in the system, when they can see that, and as hostel owners, I mean, the system is built by hostel owners, for hostel owners, so that they can understand that, and then they roll over. I mean, if you look at the numbers in the Baltics, they're coming on pretty good. I mean, that is the biggest issue, is that people are just reticent to change, right?
Yeah.
How long is it to scale?
A little bit more than 40
Yeah.
How long is the onboarding process?
The onboarding process, it varies. I say the average is about 3 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds right. And you actually you engage with them physically, or it's like offline?
First I call them up,
right?
And then because I've been doing most of the sales, I call them up and they let me in, and then I go in person. Yeah.
And what's the conversion from one hostel to another hostel, meaning where you are not promoting it? They're recommending word of mouth between each other.
Yeah.
Is there?
Sure. I mean, hostels is like a big family. Everybody knows everybody, and so everybody
Right.
talks to everybody. As for the number of people, the thing is that that's a difficult number for me to give you because I don't have that number. Because in the Baltics, what I did was I got to everybody before anybody could get to anybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I contacted everybody. I mean, it's 62 hostels in the Baltics. I did that in a few days, right? And a handful of them knew about it beforehand. I mean, of course, in the Baltics, we have a handful in Europe and in Asia as well that we were working on with.
You should be recruiting people who, those people who are constantly going from hostel to hostel and staying there
We
to
have
be your
that.
evangelist. You've
have
done that?
Yeah,
Great.
It's called the Hostel Pro
Yeah.
Ambassador
Is there
System.
any
Perfect.
Is there any documented buzz yet that's starting to happen from what you've done already?
In the Baltics, yeah. In the
What type
Baltics,
of
yeah.
buzz? Can you describe it a little bit?
Well, it's a no-brainer. That's what everybody tells us. It's a no-brainer.
How's the word getting out?
How's the word getting out? What? By the beer, people go out and drink,
That's like beer of mouth.
Beer of mouth. Love it.
That's
Very
how it
good
is in the
job.
industry, right on.
Great.
Thank you.
Very, very good job. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
That's the best one.
Yeah, I think it went good. How much more do you want me to say? It was amazing. I loved it. No, it was okay. This kind of stuff for me is a surprise because I didn't think I would actually like doing it. Because when I was really little, I went to go for class president and I went up there and I couldn't say anything. I was like, yeah. And now I was like, oh, but then I went, easy. So it was good.
ეს არის სტარტაპი, ქართულ ესტონურ კანადური სტარტაპი, რომელიც ქმნის მთელ მსოფლიოს მასშტაბით ჰოსტელების მართვის უნიკალურ ინოვაციურ სისტემას. სტარტაპი Hostel Pro. Congratulations.
It means Viva Georgia, and you can expect success. That's about it. I don't know. That's what else do you want me to say? Straight to the point,